Hey, yo! Your boy Ego is back with some bad news, man. Yeah, we gotta talk about it. Now, I've already made a video about it, but I'm back at it. Yo, listen, we gotta come back. Canelo Crawford is already getting messy. As predicted by yours truly, the best in the business, and it's not even close. I'm gonna break it down, some points of contention that I have with this particular fight and the rollout of the fight. And before I get started, let's cut to the chase. In my last video, there were some negative comments, and they said, "Oh, Ego, why are you saying this? Oh, Ego, why? It sounds like you have a grudge against Turkey." Listen, I'm gonna say it very clean. My duty is to cover boxing. I'm gonna give you my opinion. If you don't like that, scram, period. I'm not gonna explain it. The whole purpose of me making content online is to let people know what's going on and give my opinions on my channel. I can't help if you have a frail, sensitive soul or whatever, and you mad at what's being said. Listen, if I don't like something and it doesn't seem right to me, then that's what I'm gonna speak. If it was a brilliant game plan, I would say that. No more, no less. Let's get to it. So, what am I talking about? Check out the first video before you jump into this one. Canelo Crawford, the fight date has changed. Now they're also saying the location may change, which is a huge point by itself, because you had content creators, the usual suspects, the resistance, that lied to you and said ticket sales are booming. The fight is sold out. You had fans who were like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be a huge fight, massive fight at the Raiders Stadium in Vegas, Allegiant Stadium." Now this brand new news breaks only a week after the initial news, and they're changing the date, still haven't announced the TV platform, and they're also saying that the location can very well change too. This seems disorganized. I don't care if you're mad, you're gonna just have to be mad. And they're putting up stuff like this. Which city should host Canelo versus Crawford? Las Vegas, Los Angeles, right? In New York. Where are all these other cities coming from in other states? I thought you wanted this. You said it was a super fight, a mega fight, and you said you were doing that fight in Vegas at Allegiant Stadium. So what is this about where now you are pitching all these other locations? I thought it was already sold up. This looks bad for boxing. It looks very amateur and very rookie. If you have a fight that you said is supposed to be of the highest order, the highest magnitude, and you don't have the date right, change the date a week later, and now you're potentially changing the location. This looks pretty dumb, and I'm going to speak on it. Yeah. And again, as I said at the beginning, you got fans who are trying to blame me. I ain't do this. I'm just speaking the truth like nobody else is willing to do, because I'm the best in the business and it's not even close. This looks chaotic. What gives? I thought you already had a location. I thought you already had a date. Now, in speaking of the date, you're now switching the date to September 13th, which is a Saturday. Cool, right? Saturday, you see the new date is Saturday, September 13th. Now, the other thing that looks funny style is, again, this is ring a week ago. Breaking: Canelo Crawford on September 12th in Las Vegas will be the first event promoted by Turkey and Dana White's TKO TV platform. A week later, you're saying, hey, guess what? Surprise, here's a new date. It's actually on a Saturday, and it says the pay-per-view, you were rumored that it could be on Netflix. Now it looks like that's not going on, and they're saying it's a Riyadh season pay-per-view, and it could be in a completely different city. I mean, what are these people doing, bro? Then on top of that, they're doing the press conference for an American fight in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. So you have an American fight, but you're promoting it in another country, right? but the fight is allegedly not happening in Saudi Arabia. This just looks very bad. Now, I could keep going on. So the new date we're being told, which again, it looks extremely bad that you have to change it a week later, all these parameters. For me, I've said it time and time again, Turkey is like he makes a call and then Ring reports it, and then the ducks aren't in a row. Remember, he was like, the Ring was like, Canelo Crawford is off. And then everybody reported it's off. The talks broke off. Then later on, it said, hey, the talks are back on. Hey, Canelo signed a 4-fight deal. It's like, what's going on, bro? So that shows me a level of inexperience just off of that, because you're supposed to hash all this out, get a concrete answer, and then you announce it to the public, right? So you don't look this rookie. But anyway, I'll move on from that point. The new date they're saying now is Saturday, September 13th. What else is Saturday, September 13th? And keep in mind, the previous report said Dana White and TKO Boxing was doing it. So that nothing came out saying that Dana White is not involved in it. And the only thing that's potentially changing is the location. And what is definitely changing is the date, September 13th. What else is September 13th? Oh, that's right. UFC Noche. They have an event at Arena Guadalajara in Guadalajara, Mexico, where Canelo is from. So you got Canelo. Listen to how stupid this is. You got a fighter from Guadalajara, Mexico, Canelo Alvarez, right? And he's going to be competing with UFC 320 in Guadalajara, Mexico. Like, this is just dumb. This is dumb. Again, UFC 320 is supposed to take place. Before, when you put Canelo's fight on Friday, it wouldn't affect and conflict with UFC 320. Now, if you change the date, they're both on Saturday, then this doesn't really make sense. So is UFC 320, are you going to cancel it, right? And not do it in Guadalajara? But even if that's the case, you still look dumb because you told the public that you were doing UFC Noche. I remember Dana White said he's no longer waiting for boxing and he's going to start promoting shows on Mexican Independence Day weekend. They even have ads for it and flyers. So it's still a waste of resources if you choose to not go forth with this. Or if you choose to go forth with this and still do what you said you were going to do, which was do a UFC card, you're now doing a UFC card in direct competition with Canelo Alvarez. In the location he is from, you're going to be doing the fight where he's from in the UFC. I mean, and then people have the nerve to act like what I'm saying don't make sense when I'm the best in a business and it's not even close. Furthermore, that specific date, what else is going on? Oh, that's right. College football, right? So if you kept the original date, no matter what the location was, these are the games that you would be up against. But now moving the date to Saturday, September 13th, look at how many games in college football you are competing with. It's like all day college football. Like, what are we talking about, bro? This is not well thought out. This sounds stupid. And again, maybe you don't care about America. I don't know. But if you have an American fight, you should care about America and American fans, because American fans are big into sports. And I know a lot of people that watch college football. So you're kind of cannibalizing with all these activities, UFC Noche, college football schedule. You're cannibalizing the event of Crawford Canelo, which doesn't help and is not conducive to my sport of boxing. So this seems all over the place. I'm going to continue ragging on it because none of this makes sense. And you guys just got to deal with that because I'm the best.